Welcome to my channel Coin Worth Million. This channel is a special place where every video brings you new knowledge, entertainment, and exciting experiences. Here you will find informative content, engaging stories, and everything that sparks your curiosity. Our goal is to make every moment enjoyable, help you learn something new, and be a part of this growing family. So join us and start this wonderful journey today. The 2002 United Kingdom 20 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II represents an important part of British coinage, not only as a piece of everyday currency but also as a symbol of the transitional period of the early 21st century, when the nation's economy, culture, and monetary system were in a state of adaptation to a rapidly globalizing world. Introduced originally in 1982 to fill a gap between the 10 pence and 50 pence denominations, the 20 pence coin had already been a familiar piece in British wallets by 2002. This particular issue belongs to the post-decimalization era, as the United Kingdom officially transitioned to a decimal currency system in 1971, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence structure with a simplified system of 100 new pence to the pound. By the time the 2002 20 pence coin was struck, it had already become a key denomination for mid-range transactions, such as small retail purchases, vending machines, and parking meters, offering a convenient bridge between lower and higher denominations. The obverse of the 2002 20 pence coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch of the United Kingdom at that time, who had already celebrated her Golden Jubilee in 2002. Marking 50 years on the throne since her accession in 1952. The effigy used on this coin is the fourth definitive portrait of the Queen, designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley FRBs, which was introduced in 1998 and used until 2015. This portrait is notable for its more mature and realistic depiction of the Queen, showing her wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a significant piece of royal jewelry. Around the portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. Fid. Def. 2002, an abbreviated Latin legend meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The year 2002 is positioned at the bottom, indicating its minting date. The reverse design of the 2002 20 pence coin, unchanged since its first issue in 1982, features a Tudor rose, an emblem of England, designed by the talented British artist William Gardner. The design combines both the heraldic and floral traditions of British symbolism, with the rose representing unity after the historic wars of the roses between the houses of York and Lancaster. Encircling the rose is the denomination, 20 pence, placed at the top and bottom, with the numeral, 20, prominently displayed below the rose. The reverse design is simple yet elegant, making it instantly recognizable to the public. In terms of physical specifications, the 2002 20 pence coin is a heptagonal, seven-sided coin, a shape designed so that it has a constant width across its edges, allowing it to roll smoothly in vending machines despite its non-circular form. It weighs 5.00 grams, has a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and a thickness of approximately 1.7 millimeters. The coin is made from a cupronical alloy, consisting of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a silvery appearance that resists corrosion and tarnishing over time. The edges of the coin are plain, without reading, which distinguishes it from higher denominations. The mintage of the 2002 20 pence coin was part of the regular circulation issues by the Royal Mint, though exact circulation numbers for that year fall within the range of tens of millions, as the denomination was widely used in everyday commerce. The Royal Mint, located in Llantrisant, South Wales, was responsible for striking these coins. No specific commemorative design was issued for the 20 pence in 2002, but the year itself is significant in British history as it marked Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee. Other denominations, such as the £5 crown, celebrated the event more directly with special designs, while the 20 pence retained its standard motif. From a historical perspective, the 2002 20 pence coin stands as a reflection of stability in a period where the UK was experiencing both economic modernization and debates about European integration. The euro had been introduced in physical form in many European Union countries in 2002, but the United Kingdom retained the pound sterling, with coins like the 20 pence continuing their role in the domestic economy. This decision reinforced the symbolic importance of British coinage, maintaining traditional motifs such as the Tudor rose and the monarch's portrait, which represented continuity with centuries of monetary heritage. In terms of collectability, the 2002 20 pence coin is considered a standard circulation coin rather than a rare or highly valuable piece, as it was produced in large quantities for everyday use. However, its value to collectors depends on several factors, including condition, with uncirculated or proof versions being more desirable, errors, misstrikes or misaligned dies can increase value, and historical context, as a Golden Jubilee year coin. Proof and brilliant uncirculated sets issued by the Royal Mint in 2002 often included this denomination, and these sets are more sought after by numismatists than the standard circulating examples. Culturally, the coin also reflects the monetary identity of the United Kingdom, with its design harmonizing both modern minting techniques and traditional British heraldry. The presence of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait links it to the broader narrative of her reign, which by 2002 had already seen the transformation of the British Empire into the Commonwealth of Nations, the evolution of British society, and numerous constitutional and economic reforms. The use of Latin in the legend connects the coin to centuries of royal and ecclesiastical tradition, dating back to earlier monarchs. The durability and composition of the 20 pence coin allowed it to remain in circulation for many years beyond 2002, with examples still commonly found in UK currency circulation today, although they may exhibit wear, scratches, or dullness depending on their handling. The heptagonal shape, introduced in 1982, has become iconic, ensuring tactile recognition by users and compatibility with automated machines. For numismatic study, the 2002 20 pence coin is not only a piece of metal but also a historical document, embodying the intersection of politics, art, metallurgy, and commerce. Its design continuity from 1982 to 2008, when a new series of reverse designs was introduced, illustrates the Royal Mint's approach to maintaining familiar designs for long periods to enhance public recognition and trust in currency. After 2008, a new design featuring a section of the Royal Shield replaced the Tudor rose on standard 20 pence coins, making the 1982-2008 type, including the 2002 issue, a distinct chapter in modern British coinage history. The legal tender status of the 20 pence coin means it can be used for any amount up to £10, as per UK currency regulations, although in practice it is rarely used in large quantities for payments. Its small but practical value makes it a workhorse of daily transactions, from small shop purchases to change in public transport. In conclusion, the 2002 20 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II represents a balance between practicality, tradition, and symbolism. It carries the familiar effigy of the Queen during her Golden Jubilee year, the enduring Tudor rose design, and a composition designed for long-term circulation. While not rare or extremely valuable in standard form, it is a significant piece for collectors who focus on complete decimal sets, Golden Jubilee memorabilia, or modern British numismatics. Its story tells us about a time when Britain held firm to its currency identity while Europe moved towards the euro, and when the monarchy continued to be a central emblem on every coin in the realm. Even decades later, the 2002 20 pence coin remains a quiet witness to history, passing through countless hands, vending machines, and pockets, carrying with it the legacy of a nation that values both its heritage and its daily commerce. Next coin. The 1982 United Kingdom 20 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II holds a very special place in the history of British coinage as it marked the first ever issue of the 20 pence denomination in the United Kingdom's monetary system. This coin was introduced during a period when the British economy and its decimalized currency system were continuing to develop after the landmark decimalization process of 1971, which replaced the centuries-old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a modern decimal structure of 100 new pence per pound. The creation of the 20 pence coin in 1982 was a response to the need for a mid-range denomination between the 10 pence and 50 pence coins, providing greater flexibility in everyday transactions, vending machines, parking meters, and other automated systems that required coins of intermediate value. Unlike many other denominations, the 20 pence was introduced without replacing any existing coin but rather to complement the existing series, making it a unique addition to the decimal family. The obverse front side of the 1982 20 pence coin bears the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the artist and sculptor Arnold Machen, which had been in use on British coinage since 1968 and continued until 1984. This portrait depicts a youthful queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of royal jewelry that has become iconic in her various effigies. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin legend, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. F.D., an abbreviation for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The year of issue, 1982, is inscribed at the bottom. This was a period when the Queen had already reigned for 3 decades, and the country was under the government of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, undergoing significant economic reforms. The reverse back side of the coin features a design created by William Gardner, a British artist who submitted the winning design through a public competition organized by the Royal Mint. Gardner's design showcases the Tudor rose, an important emblem of England symbolizing unity and the end of the Wars of the Roses between the houses of York and Lancaster. Above the rose is the inscription, 20 pence, and below it is the numeral, 20, clearly indicating the denomination. The reverse design was praised for its simplicity, elegance, and instant recognizability, making it an ideal choice for the new coin. From a technical perspective, the 1982 20 pence coin was groundbreaking in its shape and design. It is heptagonal, 7-sided, with an equilateral curve heptagon design that gives it a constant width across its edges. This unique geometry ensures the coin can roll smoothly and be recognized by vending machines and coin slots, despite not being perfectly round. The coin weighs 5.00 grams, has a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and a thickness of approximately 1.7 millimeters. It is made of a cupronical alloy composed of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a silver-colored appearance that is resistant to corrosion and suitable for long-term circulation. Its edge is plain, without milling or reeding, which distinguishes it from other coins such as the 10 pence or 50 pence. The introduction of the 20 pence coin in 1982 was a historic event for the Royal Mint. To ensure public awareness and smooth circulation, extensive publicity and education campaigns were carried out. The Royal Mint produced a significant number of these coins in 1982, with mintages reaching well over 740 million pieces, ensuring their availability throughout the United Kingdom. The coin was issued for general circulation only, with no proof or brilliant uncirculated versions specifically struck for collectors in that year, unlike later years, where special sets were often released. In terms of historical context, 1982 was a notable year for the United Kingdom. It was the year of the Falklands War, a conflict between the UK and Argentina over the Falkland Islands, which had significant political and national implications. Economically, the country was undergoing industrial changes, privatization policies, and economic restructuring under Thatcher's government. The release of the 20 pence coin during this period represented a step forward in modernizing the nation's currency system and making it more efficient for both cash handling and machine processing. The legal tender status of the 20 pence coin, as established at the time of its introduction, allowed it to be used for payments up to a maximum of £10. Its mid-range value made it particularly convenient for small retail purchases, public transportation fares, parking meters, and other everyday uses. The coin quickly became a familiar sight in British wallets, purses, and tills, and its distinctive shape made it easily identifiable by touch alone, especially for visually impaired users. From a numismatic and collector's perspective, the 1982 20 pence coin is historically significant as the first issue of its kind, but due to its enormous mintage, it is not considered rare in circulated condition. Most examples in normal circulation hold only their face value, 20 pence. However, uncirculated or mint condition examples, particularly those preserved in special royal mint packs, can attract interest from collectors who focus on first-year issues, decimal coinage history, or Queen Elizabeth II effigies. The 1982 20 pence is also an essential component of any complete British decimal coin collection, as it represents the beginning of a new denomination. The cultural significance of the coin lies in its design choices and its introduction during a period of both continuity and change in British society. The Tudor rose harkens back to a long tradition of using floral emblems in British heraldry, symbolizing peace and unity, while the effigy of the Queen continued the tradition of featuring the reigning monarch on all UK coins, a practice dating back centuries. Its heptagonal shape became iconic and influenced public perception of modern British coinage. Over time, the design of the 20 pence coin remained unchanged from its introduction in 1982 until a major redesign of UK coinage in 2008, when a new reverse design featuring a section of the royal shield was introduced. However, the 1982-2008 type, with the Tudor rose reverse, continues to circulate even today and remains fully legal tender. The durability of the cupronickel alloy has ensured that many coins from the original 1982 issue are still in use more than 4 decades later, though often worn and bearing scratches or patina from years of handling. For educational and historical study, the 1982 20 pence coin provides an excellent case study of modern coin introduction, public adaptation to new denominations, and the interplay between design aesthetics, practical functionality, and national identity. Its successful rollout set the stage for future innovations in British coinage, including the introduction of the £2 coin in 1998 and later design overhauls. In summary, the 1982 20 pence coin is not just a piece of metal but a landmark in the story of British money. It combines a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II in her youthful reign, a symbol of England's unity, a pioneering shape that set it apart from traditional round coins, and a practical role in everyday life. While its market value in standard form remains modest, its historical importance as the inaugural 20 pence issue makes it a key coin for collectors, historians, and anyone interested in the evolution of UK currency. The 2006 United Kingdom 20 pence coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II represents a significant continuation of British coinage tradition, embodying a blend of modern currency design and the heritage of the United Kingdom's decimal system. The 20 pence coin, first introduced in 1982 to bridge the gap between the 10 pence and 50 pence denominations, has since become a common yet noteworthy coin in circulation. By 2006, it had already seen over 2 decades of active minting, and the coin from this year stands as a marker within the series, bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II that was current at the time. The obverse side of the coin in 2006 featured the 4th definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, who introduced his version of the monarch's effigy in 1998. This portrait is characterized by its realistic and mature representation of the Queen, showing her wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, with her facial features more pronounced and less stylized compared to earlier designs. Around the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG. Reg FD, followed by the year, 2006, which expands to Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensatrix, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This traditional Latin legend has been used on British coinage for centuries and reflects the monarch's constitutional and religious roles. The reverse side of the 2006 20 pence coin displays the original reverse design used since the coin's introduction in 1982 up until 2008, which features a crowned Tudor rose, a heraldic emblem combining the white rose of York and the red rose of Lancaster, symbolizing the union of 2 warring factions after the Wars of the Roses. The crown placed above the rose signifies the sovereignty of the British monarchy. The design was created by William Gardner and includes the denomination, 20 pence, arranged around the rose. The coin is equilateral curved heptagonal in shape, meaning it has 7 sides of equal length with a constant width that allows it to roll smoothly in vending machines while still being easily distinguishable by touch. The 20 pence coin is made of cupronickel, composed of 84% copper and 16% nickel, and weighs 5 grams with a diameter of 21.4 millimeters and a thickness of 1.7 millimeters. In terms of historical and economic context, the 2006 issue of the 20p coin was minted during a relatively stable period in the UK economy, prior to the 2008 financial crisis. It was part of the standard circulating currency and did not feature any special commemorative designs or rare minting variations for that year, making it a regular circulation strike. However, for collectors, coins from this period hold value as part of complete sets of decimal coinage, particularly those who collect by year or portrait type. The rank broadly portrait, used from 1998 until it was replaced in 2015 by Jody Clark's fifth definitive portrait, is especially recognizable and represents a mature period in the Queen's reign when she was in her late 70s to early 80s. Regarding mintage figures, the Royal Mint produced tens of millions of 20p coins annually around this period, with 2006 being no exception. Exact mintage numbers for that year are significant but not among the lowest, meaning the coin is relatively common in circulation. Nevertheless, uncirculated examples, proof issues found in annual mint sets, are coins in exceptionally high grades, such as MS66 or above on the Sheldon scale, may carry a modest premium among collectors, especially those focusing on modern British decimal coinage. The coin does not contain any precious metal content, being entirely cupronical, so its intrinsic metal value is tied only to its base metal composition, which is lower than its face value. The cultural and symbolic aspects of this coin also deserve attention. The 20p coin with the Tudor rose was one of the last denominations to retain a heraldic and floral theme before the major redesign of British coinage in 2008, which introduced the Royal Shield series across multiple denominations. Thus, the 2006 20p represents a late example of the traditional style that had dominated for more than 2 decades. It also symbolizes continuity in British monarchic and constitutional imagery, with the Latin inscription and heraldic emblem reflecting centuries-old traditions carried forward into the 21st century. Collectors often note that while the 2006 20p is not a rare coin, it forms part of a transitional era in British numismatics, bridging the gap between the early decimal years 1971-1980s and the modernized Royal Shield era post-2008. Coins from this period, particularly those in pristine condition, are often assembled into date runs by enthusiasts who appreciate their historical significance despite their modest market value. The coin also reflects the durability of the 20p denomination in the UK economy, continuing to serve as a useful coin for small transactions, particularly in vending machines, parking meters, and retail during that era. From a numismatic perspective, grading and condition play the most critical role in determining the 2006 20p coin's collectability. Circulated examples typically retain their face value of 20p, whereas uncirculated or proof specimens can range from a few pounds to more, depending on their presentation, such as in Royal Mint annual sets or special issue packs. It is also worth noting that while there is no known rare, mule, version for 2006, unlike the famous undated 20p mule of 2008-2009, each year of this series is still carefully examined by collectors for possible errors, such as misstrikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks, which can significantly enhance a coin's value if authenticated. In the broader narrative of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the 2006 20p stands as a quiet yet enduring token of her role as the longest-serving monarch in British history at the time. By 2006, she had already surpassed many historical milestones, including over 50 years on the throne since her coronation in 1953. The coin reflects her stable image during a time of modernization and gradual change in the monarchy's public perception. As time progresses, coins such as the 2006 20p are gradually withdrawn from circulation due to wear, loss, or hoarding by collectors, which over decades may increase their scarcity in top grades. For now, however, it remains a coin of everyday familiarity in the UK and a modest yet historically rich piece in the world of decimal coin collecting.